Yo fam, Trainer Sam, back again with another episode of Tea Time with Trainer Sam, where I answer all your health and fitness related questions. If you haven't been here with us before, welcome. I'm happy to have you along this journey of learning more about ourselves, our physical body, our mental well-being, so on and so forth, as I give you guys knowledge and you guys give me knowledge in return. On each episode, I answer 3 health and fitness related questions while drinking my amazing Southern tea. Cheers. That is good. 3 questions, starting with question number 1. Yo fam, Trainer Sam, do you have a morning routine? Oh, okay, so this is a personal question. I haven't really got a personal question yet. I was expecting one eventually. Do you have a morning routine? I do, but I don't call it, I didn't forcefully do this routine like saying, I want a morning routine, this is what I'm gonna do. It just kind of formed out of habit. And some things have been added in and some things have been there for a while now. But I do have a morning routine, and I think everybody should establish a morning routine. And it's, again, like I said, it's more like just a habit. Because if you start doing things over and over and over and over again, it becomes a habit. And I've been doing the same thing every single morning for a very long time now. Wake up, soon as that alarm goes off, I turn the lights on. It helps me out, helps me get out of bed. I sit on the edge of the bed, take a couple deep breaths, I say F this, and I get up anyways, and I encourage you to do the same thing. I drink my electrolyte drink, about 20 ounces with electrolyte powder, creatine powder, L-glutamine powder, and a few other things that maybe I'll explain in another video. After that, I cook my food, 4 eggs, 4 pieces of turkey bacon, 4 chicken sausages, and then I go wash up and get ready for work. And I leave, and I bounce. It's short, sweet, it's simple, it's to the point. And while I'm eating breakfast, I'm checking text messages that I missed, and so on and so forth, getting any updates that I need to get. And the whole thing takes about an hour. It takes about an hour. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing special. I don't do 10,000 things. Like some of these like health guys out there, they have a list of 1,000 things they do in the morning. Like they wake up. They wake up and they do their breathing exercises for 10 minutes, and then they meditate for 30 minutes, and then they drink an 8-ounce glass of water, and then after that they drink their green shake, and then they do a morning yoga routine, and then they get a walk in with their dog, and then they go outside and sit in the sun for 15 minutes, then they come back in, drink another glass of water, then they make a breakfast, then they eat their breakfast, then after breakfast they go for their first workout, and then after the workout they come back and they shower and they wash up and they put on fancy clothes and they go to work. What are you talking about? That's too much stuff. Nobody has time for that. Who's got time for that? You got time for that? I don't got time for that. I don't even want to do half of that stuff. You shouldn't do half of that stuff. Do the stuff that actually matters. Get out of bed, step number 1. 2, empty the bowels and the pipes because you've been sleeping for a long time. 3, you should hydrate because you've been haven't had anything to drink whole night. Make yourself a great breakfast, clean yourself up, and go to work. That is it. That's my morning routine. That's my morning habit. And you should develop something along those lines. But it doesn't have to be crazy. You don't have to have 10,000 different things. Get your ass up and figure it out. Healthy breakfast, hydrate yourself, clean yourself up, and get to work. Cheers to that. And another thing that actually helps your morning habits is if you get some stuff done the night before, right? So like I make my shakes that I don't eat real food throughout the day. I drink shakes because I'm on my feet all day. I'm working with people. We really don't get too many breaks. If I get a break, I come home and eat. But at the gym, on the gym floor, I'm drinking my food. So I blend it all up into shakes and I drink those down throughout the day. Every 3 or 3.5 hours, I have one. And so I make those at night. Like when I'm done filming this video, I'm gonna go make those shakes, 3 of them, one big blender full, and put it into 3 different bottles. And that way I don't have to do it in the morning. And although it only takes like 8 to 10 minutes to do, it saves me 8 to 10 minutes in the morning. That way if anything did happen or I'm running a little slow, it's not the biggest deal in the world. So if you can get something done like that, like I like cooking my breakfast. I actually find like enjoyment in cooking my breakfast. So I don't cook it the night before, but I make my shakes the night before. But if you want to cook your breakfast the night before, or get your clothes out the night before, I do that sometimes. I'll put my clothes out right here on this couch, so when I wake up and I wash up, I can just throw them on real quick. So if you want to get your suitcase ready, your papers, your files, your toolbox, whatever job you have, whatever you have to do the next day, get it ready the night before so it saves time in the morning. That makes your morning routine, one, shorter, but more efficient to do, and it makes it easier to follow. Cool? Cool. Yo fam, is it important to count calories? Oh, this is a deep one. I don't think I'm going to get everything in on this video about this, because this really could be its own video that's like 3 hours long. But in the short scheme of things, explanation, is it important to count your calories? Yes, it is hugely important to count your calories at some point in your life. I truly believe that a part of the epidemic we're having in terms of people being overweight and obese is not just the fact that there is these highly palatable, high calorie foods. That is number one. It is, right? We have access to it all the time, and these foods are very calorie dense. But it's also the lack of education on what food is and how it affects the body. For example, I'll give you an example, and she's gonna kill me for bringing this up, but someone who's very close to me, she was getting milkshakes like 3 days a week, right? Just going to Wawa or going to a local ice cream place and getting a milkshake. And she never questioned it, never really looked into the nutrition aspect of it. And so I looked up the nutrition information for her just to prove a point. And each shake was 1,000 calories with over 90 grams of sugar in it and over 50 grams of fat. It was something like that. Each one was a little bit different. And she couldn't believe she was like 1,000 calories in this little tiny shake. 1,000 calories. So she hasn't had one in about 3 weeks or more than that, because she learned about food, that food, although it's not going to kill her, or maybe it's not going to ruin her weight loss if you have it once in a blue moon, she realized this is not good for me if I eat it all the time. It's extremely high in fat, calories, and very, very high in sugar. So education, I believe, is a missing link in the reason people can't gain control of how their body looks and performs. It's education. They just don't know about food. So should you count calories? Yes, because it's going to teach you about food. It's going to teach you what foods have a lot of calories and where those calories are coming from. So what you could do is you can download an app, because it's just easier to do. It will list things for you. You just scan things. You can search things up. One that I've been using for years now, 10 years, is MyFitnessPal. So you can download MyFitnessPal. Again, I have no affiliation with the company. I just think they have a decent app. I'm not a huge fan of their layout and exactly how it operates, but the fact that they've been around the longest, they have such a big database of foods and of nutrition information that it's fairly accurate for the most part, and you're gonna find pretty much every food that you eat on there. So I do recommend that one. There's others like MyPlate, which is another one. Even your watches, like your Fitbit, have you can log your food on there as well. But I would stick to MyPlate or MyFitnessPal. Those are the two big ones that I have experience with. And scan your food, track your food. Do it for 2 weeks, do it for a month, so you can learn about food, learn about calories. What food has how many calories? Where are these calories coming from? Look at the nutrition label. Look at how much total fat there is. Is there 5 grams of fat or 40 grams of fat? Look at the carbohydrates. Is there 10 grams of carbohydrates or 60 grams of carbohydrates? And then look underneath that. How many of those carbohydrates are coming from sugar? Is it 6 grams or is it 26 grams? How much of those carbohydrates are coming from fiber? Is it 1 gram or 7 grams? Start learning about food. How much protein is in each food? How many grams of protein is in this food item I'm about to consume? So yes, counting calories is very important, because it'll give you an idea of how much food you can eat that's in a calorie range that is going to be sustainable for you. And this is different for everybody, and you will learn that along the way. If you track all your calories for 2 weeks, and each week you eat an average of 3,000 calories a day, and you are gaining weight, We know you can't eat 3,000 calories a day if you want to be a lighter human being. You should try eating 2,700 calories a day and see if you lose weight. If you don't lose weight, you need to eat 2,500 calories a day, and you start to learn what foods fit into that calorie category at how much quantity. So what portions you can eat, the types of meat that may be different, the types of carbohydrates that may impact that calorie count, the types of fats that may impact that calorie count, so on and so forth. Now, once you get the hang of this, do you have to count calories forever? No, I've seen a lot of people do it for about a month, maybe 2 months, and they get pretty good at eyeballing things, or not even eyeballing things all the time, but realizing that some of the foods they were eating in their diet, which were preventing them from losing weight because they were so high in calorie, but they didn't know, they now don't eat those things because they have been educated and they have the knowledge now that those foods are really high in calories. It's going to prevent them from reaching their goal. They stay away from it completely unless it's a special occasion. So counting calories is very important for at least a portion of your life so you can learn more about food and what foods contain a lot of calories and where those calories are coming from and how many calories that you can eat to sustain the weight that you want to sustain. I'm going to take a breath for a second. That was a lot. Jesus. Does every person have to count calories to lose weight? No, you don't. Does it make the process a little bit easier? Yes, it does. Is counting calories only for people who want to lose weight? No, it's for people who want to learn more about food and how food can affect their body. Those apps are going to track the amount of calories you eat, how many grams of fat, carbohydrates, and protein you consume, and you will start to learn what foods work better for your goals and how you feel. So counting calories is extremely important. Please do it for at least some duration of your life. You don't have to do it forever, but just learn how to do it. Learn about food. Please, 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 please. One of the biggest things that we tell people to do is to write down their food. We don't even tell them to track their calories, right? We want them to become conscious of what they are actually eating. So we start with just writing down the food that they're consuming on a sheet of paper. That's Sunday through Sunday, well, Sunday through Monday. And we ask them the time that they ate it and how much they ate if they can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we start to see a pattern, and so do they. We can start to see things like, okay, this person has a banana with peanut butter every single afternoon at 12 o'clock. Great. Are they measuring their peanut butter? It so happens that they're not. I told them to weigh their peanut butter. It turns out they were having 3 servings of peanut butter in one serving because they didn't know how many calories were actually in a table. They didn't know how much peanut butter was actually in a tablespoon. So for another example, I'll give you another example. I had a client who wasn't losing weight. She was losing weight because she was writing down her food. Then she stopped losing weight for a period of time, a couple months after that, and I asked her to track her food again. So she starts tracking her food, and every single day around 12:30 in the afternoon, I saw Dunkin' Donuts coffee, Dunkin' Donuts coffee, Dunkin' Donuts coffee, Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So I asked her what the exact Dunkin' Donuts coffee was that she had. It was some type of latte. I looked it up online. It was 530 calories or something like that. Maybe it wasn't. I think it was Dunkin' Donuts. It was something like that, right? And she had it Monday through Friday. Do you know how many calories it is? 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. 1,000, 2,500 calories extra every single week just from a Dunkin' Donuts latte or whatever latte it was. She was unconscious of it. She was just going through the motions of her day. She would just go through the drive-thru, pick it up, drink it, go through the drive-thru, pick it up and drink it. Because she wasn't writing down her food anymore, she wasn't taking accountability for everything that she was eating, and it wasn't even her fault. She was unconsciously doing it. She didn't know how many calories were in it. She never bothered to check. She kicked out the coffee. First week didn't lose anything. Second week started losing weight. Third week back on track. She was down another 10 pounds in 2 months. That is the power of understanding what foods contain how many calories and the power of taking accountability and becoming conscious of what you're eating. So, should you count calories? Is it important? Yes. Learn more about your food. Thank you. Yo, Trainer Sam, I'm trying to gain muscle. Should I ditch the cardio in the meantime? Yo, fam, do not ditch the cardio. This has been a myth for a very, very, very long time. I have felt for this when I was younger as well, that cardio kills your gains. What are gains for the people who don't know, who may not be in like the fitness world? Your gains is the amount of strength and muscle that you are gaining in your training. And cardio does not kill your gains. I promise you, you are not doing enough cardio to kill your gains. The only people doing enough cardio to kill their strength and muscle building gains are endurance athletes. And that is it. If you're an endurance athlete, you are purposely trying to get better at cardio because that's what you do. So your focus and priority is not on building muscle and not on strength training. So one, you're not going to see any results from that anyways. But your endurance and cardio is going to be great. The performance is going to be through the roof. If you're someone who's prioritizing strength and muscle building, and that takes up most of your time, and you're not out there running 5, 10, 13, 26 miles, riding a bike for 30 miles in a clip, swimming for hours, doing the Stairmaster for an hour, so on and so forth, every single day, 6 days a week, I promise you that you're not going to lose any gains. And in fact, if you want to optimize your strength and muscle building capacity, you should be doing cardio moderately throughout the week. On your rest days, you should be doing between 20 and 40 minutes of low intensity steady state cardio, because it has so many benefits for you on your journey to getting stronger and building more muscle. Your cardio is short for cardiovascular, and the cardiovascular system of your body is responsible for pumping blood around your body. Now, blood carries oxygen and nutrients through the muscle tissues. So if you're trying to get bigger muscles, those muscles need blood, oxygen, and nutrients. If you're trying to be stronger and increase your capacity for strength and hypertrophy muscle, you need your body to pump blood to those muscles so they can perform and so they can get what they need to build and repair and recover. And you do that with a strong set of lungs and a strong heart. That's going to push blood and more oxygen and nutrients to your muscles faster and more efficiently so you can recover and perform better every single session you're in the gym. So by you not doing cardio, at least short bouts of cardio 2 to 3 times a week, 20 to 40 minute clips of it, you are actually making your gains less. You're making it harder to achieve the most gains possible. And the most important muscle in your body is your heart. So you should be working it out. Even if it's not the priority of your training, it should still have priority in your life in terms of health and longevity. So no, cardio is not going to kill your gains at all. In fact, it's the opposite. It's going to help you get more gains. It's going to help you be more efficient at being strong and gaining muscle. Now, there's another side to that coin. If you start placing more attention on the cardio and you start doing it 4 or 5 days a week and you start entering into the 60, 90 and above minutes of that cardio training, now this is where you're going to burn energy, too much energy, to where you're going to be tired, drain yourself, where you're not going to be able to produce as much strength, as much power. You're not going to be able to build as much muscle because you're just wasting away energy by doing something that you shouldn't be doing anyways, because you're not trying to prioritize that part of your life, that part of your performance, right? But it's still something you don't want to neglect, because done in moderation, the right amount of times per week, 2 to 4 times per week, even 1 to 3 times per week, will aid you in your gaining process in terms of gaining muscle and gaining strength. So I hope that helps. Don't ditch the cardio. Just do a little bit less of it. Do it on your rest days. Do something that you enjoy. Hop on a stationary bike. Go for a walk. Walking is fantastic. You can go for a jog if you like jogging. You can do a rower machine. You can go for a swim. Whatever floats your boat. Don't ditch it though. It's going to help you improve your performance and your recovery in the gym so you can get stronger and build more muscle and prioritize the most important muscle overall, the one that keeps you alive, the heart. All right? Ladies and gents, that is the 3 questions I had for you today. Again, if you're interested in my personal training services, you can email me at trainersamletson@gmail.com and I'll get you started right away. If you're a man, ages 18 and older, okay, and you want to regain your physical health, you want to master your mind, and you want to build a legacy in your social and career life, email us at stronggenscoaching@gmail.com so we can get you on the right path starting today. Maybe not today. It's a little late, okay? get back to you tomorrow. That's all I got. That's it. The 3 questions of the day. I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you for showing up. If you are looking for personal training services, whether your goal is weight loss, strength training, building muscle, endurance training, overall health and well-being to support the function of your body and your mind throughout the rest of your life, reach out to me. I offer those services. If you're in the Monmouth County area and you're looking for in-person training, you can reach out to me. I don't have many time slots available in person, but if one of them, the random time slots that I have, works for you, we'll make it happen. If you're outside of the Monmouth County area and I don't have any training spots that fit your timeline, we can work something out online. I offer online training services as well. If you're interested in training with me, email trainersamletson@gmail.com and I'll reach out to you as soon as possible. Also, don't forget, I run a men's coaching program where we help men ages 18 and older regain their physical health, master their minds, and build a legacy in their social and career lives. I have the best coaches in the world, and if you are interested in those services or you know somebody who's interested in those services, you can email us at stronggenscoaching@gmail.com. Cheers one last time. Trainer Sam is out. Peace.